Hello, everyone, and we are live and in the doghouse. I'm your host, Referee T-Bone Jones. I want to say welcome, everybody. This is our 10th episode. This is amazing for me. I've never thought we'd get 10 episodes in. I want to thank one of our sponsors, CapGo Championship Belts. It's where I get all my belts made. If you can't see, I got some lovely belts behind me. All right, guys, we're going to try to share the screen. I have two guests on the line with me right now. One is my good, and the other is the champion, the ABO 130-pound regional champion, Francois, the franchise Francois Scarboro Jr. I hope I pronounced your name right, sir. I apologize. I don't know why it's got two of me up here, but that is fine. We already got 2 likes, and we got one person watching right now. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I'm
Awesome.
alive.
Awesome. Good to hear
How
it,
can you
champ.
complain?
Drew, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just trying to live life.
We got Drew on the show because him and the franchise, the ABO champion, have known each other for quite many years. And Drew, thanks to Drew, we're able to make this happen. So I appreciate you, Drew. We're going to let Drew start the show with the very first question for the champion.
Yeah, so one of the biggest questions I have is like, what is your biggest transition from amateur fighting to professional fighting?
My biggest transition from the amateurs to professional fighting is just being disciplined. Um, I guess it helps that I went to college. You know what I mean? You remember the college days, so
Yeah,
yeah, it helps that I could
you were
get all
there a lot longer than I was.
yeah, right. So hey, I had 5 years of getting all that stuff out of my system. It's supposed to be 4, but it turned into 5. It's a different story for a different day. But all of that stuff is gone. And then just, maturing, graduating and realizing what I actually wanted to do in life helped me helped me take a step into the right direction. So discipline to me right now is nothing, and I understand what I want, and I understand that you have to be 2 feet in. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You have to be 2 feet into what you want, or else you won't get the results that you want. And I don't really have time to play around with what I want. There's no half stepping. It's all A. I can't say it, but
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I understand that. Yeah, that's awesome because I still at times have a little lack of discipline problems. So like I definitely respect somebody that can fully apply discipline to their life because it truly is hard.
it's hard. It's hard. Sometimes you want to break, but like I said, it's all about what you want and how bad you want it.
Well, see, my first question for you, sir, is how did you get into boxing? What made you want to get into the boxing game?
I'm a big gamer. I'm a big gamer. Like I love PlayStation, and I had the game Fight Night one time, and I just kept playing it over and over again. And I went to school and I like watched a movie. It was like a Disney Channel movie about boxing and jump rope or something like that. So then I you know, I gravitated to it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this out. And I did it at 12. I would like going between football and boxing and football and boxing. But by the time I got to high school, I realized that I wasn't going to be a big guy. And football was definitely out of the question because I'm not tackling guys that weigh 200 pounds. I'm aggressive, but it's just not my thing. So it was easy to choose boxing after that.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I
Go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
I can definitely understand the not being a big guy thing and it not being in your favor, you know. But like the will of us small guys that, you know, we won't die easy because our whole lives, like we're used to being the underdogs, the small guys, the people like in those other team sports that are kind of like casted out or kind of doubted or whatever due to size. But in a sport like boxing, it's really just about the will of the man. Would you not agree with that?
I agree with that completely. If you have you can have all the skill you want, but if you have no will, then it's only gonna get you but so far.
Yeah, that's truly like the key, because it's real easy to quit in this life with anything that you want to succeed. Like when I left college, I didn't instantly, succeed in getting into the service. I could have quit many times, and I kept trying, and I finally succeeded in my goal. Because again, it's just it's what you said, the discipline. It's hard to apply at times in life. You want to kind of fall off. So let's get back to the questions.
Your second question.
Not get too far off.
No, you're good, buddy. What's
my second question? My second question was the one that we were speaking about a little earlier. Like, as I know you're not somebody who loses your cool like too often. Like even in basketball or other things that we would do. How mad were you the fact that Ferris Dixon kept basically tackling you? Like tackling is not part of boxing the last time I checked.
Man, it happens. It happens. Like I just got to put myself in other people's situation. That was the only fight that I've been tackled in, and I just kind of understand it from their point of view. Like these guys are in survival mode. Like they're doing everything that they can to survive the fight. No one wants to get knocked out. Everybody's mom is watching, and dad and grandparents and sisters. So sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And if tackling helps, then by all means, tackle until the referee disqualifies you. But it's nothing that I can do about that. That's all on the referees. It's just part of the sport. So I don't think too much about it.
Yeah, because that took a lot of discipline to not like actually lose your cool. Because like,
yeah, to keep your composure in an instant, that's very talented. I'd have been a little upset. Boxing's supposed to be like human chess, not football or MMA.
Like we were talking about earlier, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to survive.
Absolutely.
It's life.
Okay, well, my next question was, who was your favorite boxer growing up? Did you have one?
I did have one. I had a few of them, but I would say my favorite boxer was Canelo. But Canelo really didn't talk fluent English at the time, Canelo Alvarez. And the person I did talk fluent English was Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd 50-0, that's talented.
Yeah. So I would say it was like half and half between them. It was half and half between Floyd, and it was half and half between Canelo, and then they fought each other, and Floyd won. So
Awesome.
Yeah, that's our question for me.
Your next question, Drew.
My next question was your father a boxer? Like, was that kind of like how you really got really into the sport?
My dad was not a boxer. Nobody in my family was a boxer. I don't even think I've seen my dad do anything athletic before all my life. So I can't tell you if like athleticism runs in the genes or not. Yeah, my dad's
like normally
he's a great promoter, he's a great manager, but when it comes down to the sports, like I don't think he had any influence on the decision to play sports. But he has always supported me.
Well, that's definitely a great thing, because support goes a long way in life with things. But like, you see with a lot of athletes, like they're usually it runs in the family somewhere with, they got the first itch for something, from someone.
Yeah, I don't think athleticism runs in my family. I think that I might be the black sheep when it comes down to
that. Nothing wrong with that one. My next question for you, counting your newest title, how many belts have you held from your amateur until now?
Too many to count.
Too many.
Honestly, too many to count. I don't know. And amateurs is just pretty much fighting for fun, and like, see, winning. Like, I like to win, and winning is something that you want to experience over and over and over again. So to me, it's never, yes, I won this belt. Yes, I won this belt. I could care less. At the end of the day, I always wanted to win.
Definitely got you. I understand that. I'm going to let our viewers know right now you're undefeated. You're 8-0. Am I right?
8-0 and 7 knockouts.
7 knockouts. That is very impressive. 24 rounds in your professional career, and you have not lost one round. That is amazing in itself. And you have a bright future ahead of you. I'm looking forward to seeing what your next move is. Drew, do you have a follow-up question for the champ?
Yeah, I do. Like, do you miss working with Dwayne Chapman? Like, I know that was kind of your foot in the door in boxing, and you like, I know you guys were very close to each other. Like, y'all traveled a lot and went to all different kinds of tournaments and everything. I would always see you holding up medals and trophies and belts. You know, we might not have.
I still talk to Chapman as much as I can. You know, school just started, so he's a little busy taking care of his responsibilities at Glenville. But like, the love I have for Chapman and like the respect that I have for Chapman is always, it's still there. It's not one of those things where I just, you know, graduated and I just stopped messaging them. I know a lot of people that have done that to coaches in the past, but it's not like that. Like, you know, Chapman over the years there, he like truly became a mentor. He truly became my family, and like, even until this day, like I treat him just like that. Like, it's just kind of a long distance relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like I would always see you, and who was the other Glenville guy I wanted to give a shout out to on this? Zach, what's the last name?
Gillenwater.
Yeah, that's it. That's the shout out that I wanted to give, because I'd always see you guys in all these tournaments and everything.
Yeah, I talk to him sometimes too. Like I said, everybody who's crossed my path that I've actually honestly built a relationship with, they can always get in contact with me. Just like when I see you pop up, Drew, I'm like, oh yeah, Drew.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, no problem. I'll make some time out of my day, and it's actually nice to see you. I'm happy that you're doing well. It's really nice to see you. Like, it's a full circle moment for me.
Yeah, because it's been years since we've seen each other. You know, I went on to my path of stuff that I was doing, and you went on to this successful boxing career that, like, it really is a full circle type thing, because you're at like I wouldn't even say you've hit like the highest peak of success that you're going to reach in this sport.
I say I'm just scratching the surface.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
It is like, you know, like, before we know it, like, everybody's going to know who you are.
That's the goal.
And it's important to get your, that's
the goal.
And what we would like to, you know, talk about, would it be fine for us to like actually like promote your fights on like this channel or whatever?
Absolutely, man. You can do, like I said, I'm giving you the green light to do that.
Awesome.
Please do. Like I said, I'm happy that, you know, you're doing good. There's a lot of people that aren't doing too well, and I know how hard it is to find something to catch yourself with after school. A lot of people don't know that. After school, all hopes and dreams die pretty much. You just try to fit in with society. You try to get a job the way they tell you to get a job. You're not really chasing after your dreams anymore. So
like I've been trying to find some new dreams to chase here, and I got some big ideas that are in the work.
Hey, you might be sitting right in front of one right now.
Like, you know, at some point I would like to get back into some kind of combative sports or whatever. Just gonna take some time for me to get myself back into shape, because, you know, I used to be a gym rat. Be up first thing in the morning. Yeah, like I'd be up first thing in the morning.
With your tank top. I remember.
Yeah. I was always, you know, like I put this coat on because I have like a sleeveless shirt because I just like to, you know, I like to, you know, show off my arms sometimes. You know, I remember being a pencil thin, didn't have no muscle to me whatsoever. Like it's been hard work to gain these guns, even though they ain't much because I'm a small dude, but I see the results. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's right.
But yeah, I would like to get back into some kind of sport or something like that, just because I put a lot of my dreams on hold during my military time and like time adjusting back to civilian life. Like one thing they don't really talk about, from full active duty back to civilian life, it don't matter how long you serve. It's just a shell shock type of moment. It's like you're reprogrammed to think and operate one way that's different from your civilian self, and you're trying to refine yourself in the civilian world, if that makes any sense.
If you want it, it just depends on how bad you want it. If you want it, then everything that you said, it'll become true. It'll happen. You just gotta ask yourself that question: how bad do you want it? No one can want it for you. People can talk about how bad they want it, but talking about how bad you want it doesn't really do anything. You just gotta be honest. How bad do you want it?
I'm gonna be relocating here soon, where there's an actual gym where I can actually just start the first process, which is training.
That's awesome. Here, Drew.
Yeah, because I was part of the same boxing club that he was in. Like I came for a few things, but it's like I had to literally leave school right when I started. So I'm 27. I'm not getting no younger, so it's either now or never is kind of the mindset.
And you know, I don't really go over my tattoos and everything like that. This is the first time I probably actually did it. So you guys are the first to know. Okay. I have a tattoo right here that says, it says now. And the reason that I got this tattoo is just, like I said, once I graduated, I understood that there's no more waiting. Like, no matter what I do, there's a sense of urgency. I have to do it right now. Because if I wait around, and I'm never going to do it. So every time I look down at my wrist and I know that I can't put anything on hold, I have to do it now. So that's just one of the mottos that I live by. That's honestly the first time I've ever explained a tattoo to anybody.
I actually like that motto, man. I'm going to steal that from you. That's a motto to live by. That is. My next question, sir, is who has been your toughest opponent and why?
My toughest opponent. I cannot think of his name. Hold on. Let me see. I have box rec right here, so tell me. I think his name was George Perez Bargallo.
Okay.
His name was George Bargallo. The fight happened on it happened at Live Casino. It happened February 18th of 2023. And I say he was my toughest opponent just because, you know, he was a little foreign. So he wasn't from here. So he had a different style. And when people are foreign, the style it's kind of weird. So it took me a while to adjust. Usually I can adjust within the first 2 rounds. But with him, I didn't really adjust until like the 3rd and the 4th round. And I knocked him out in the 4th. But he definitely made me change my game plan a couple of times and made me adjust.
Awesome.
Yeah, them foreign guys, if you watch.
Right now, but he was pretty tough.
Awesome.
Yeah, them foreign guys, if you watch any style of combat sport of any era, they just been a little bit, you know, wacky in the brain with their style. Like they'll come right at you.
And I wish I could tell you what he was, but I don't know. I don't know. But he was a good fighter. He had over like 100 and something amateur fights and all of that.
Wow.
And yeah, we found out at the last minute. We found out before I fought actually. And he was a good fighter.
Okay, well, my next question for you is, who do you see yourself fight? Like, who's your dream opponent?
My dream opponent is whoever brings in the most money for a fight. That's my dream opponent. Because, like I said, I'm a
Good
winner.
answer.
I love winning. So if I can win and get a lot of money for winning, or the most of my career, and that's my dream opponent. Because no matter who I'm in there with, I'm not coming to lose at all, and I'm gonna do everything to go home with a W.
Great answer. Very great answer.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
I think I only have one more question. I told you I'd only keep you about half hours, so I ain't gonna keep you long. My next question is, how many weeks of training do you do up until your fight, or do you train all year round?
So that's a tricky question because I actually do train all year round.
Okay.
However, when it's time for a fight, training camp intensifies tremendously. So I want to say that when training camp hits, then it's probably about 8 weeks strong. And after training camp, I can relax a little bit until the next training camp. But for 8 weeks, that's about 2 months. It's just I'm only thinking boxing. I'm only doing things that involve boxing. When I watch TV, some people watch Netflix. I'm only watching boxing. I might sneak some PlayStation in there every little once in a while, but this is my goal. This is my dream. So I know I have to sacrifice a lot of things. You have to sacrifice what makes you feel comfortable. And eating pizza makes you feel comfortable, and going to get ice cream and going out and hanging out with your friends, that makes you feel comfortable. But sacrificing that to get to my dreams is a no-brainer. I'll do that every time.
You seem very driven. You're a very talented young man. When is your next fight, and who is your next opponent?
Well, guys, right now we're doing all of this being free agents. We don't have anyone helping us as far as promotions. We're not signed to anyone, so no one's obligated to push our name out there. We can also fight on whichever show wants us the most. So we can go to DC and fight at the Wizards Arena or the Mystics, or we can go to Live Casino and we can fight at the casino, or we can go to the Patasco Arena in Baltimore and fight. We can come to West Virginia and fight in Glenville or Martinsburg. It's just whoever shows us that they want us there the most. It's that simple.
Okay.
Okay. I can't tell you when, but like I said, whoever shows us that they want us there the most and like respects us the most and actually comes through with like a good business. Good ain't no business like good business.
Absolutely.
So whoever comes through with good business, that's what we'll be fighting at next.
Well, we definitely want to see you fight again. You can let us know when your next fight is. I will put the flyer, like if you got a flyer, like a promotional flyer for the pay-per-view or for the event in itself, I'll throw it up on the community page on my YouTube channel. I'll throw it up on all my social media platforms. That way everybody knows when the next fight is for you, sir. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing what you do. Because you're a very talented fighter. I've been reading your stats. I've watched some clips of you this past week getting ready for this interview, Francois. You're a very talented man. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for you, young man. Sorry. Drew, do you have any?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
I'd like to say it was awesome to talk with you again. I mean, hopefully we can have you back on, some other time. But also,
hey, listen, always, man. The reason I did this is because I seen it was you. So you got some access that a lot of people don't have because I've been turning down interviews left and right.
Well, I appreciate it. This is just for my YouTube.
Yeah, I truly appreciate this
very, very much. Also want to let everybody know, since we're on live and there's 6 people watching, which that isn't a whole lot, but it is a lot for me to watch live. Usually I get a lot of people watching at the end of the night because a lot of people that I know are working right now. So they end up catching up at the end of the night. But I want to throw a plug out and promote my own t-shirt. It's on Pro Wrestling Tees right now. RefereeTBONEJones. I referee professional wrestling. So I got to plug my own merch. You're actually only second boxer I have ever interviewed on the show, Francois. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Do you have any other messages for our audience before we get off here tonight?
All glory be to God. That's it. That's my only message.
Amen, brother. Amen. Drew, you got any other comments or questions real quick before we get out of here? We've been on for 25 minutes. I told him I'd keep him for 30. I think that's plenty long enough.
Yeah, I think 25 is plenty long enough. We don't want to hold him up from his training.
Absolutely not. Got to get him back in the gym. He's got to make that money. He's got to defend those belts, man. I got a picture of you on the thumbnail, man. My buddy Brian Hardy did the thumbnail for the show, and he does phenomenal. He does my thumbnails every week, and I got to plug him too. Brian's not only a wrestling promoter, but he's a musician, an author. He's a web designer of some sort because he designed the logos and stuff for this podcast tonight. So Brian Hardy, if you're watching, thank you, sir. Everybody that was watching, God bless you. Appreciate it. The champion, Francois Scarboro Jr., the franchise, ABO 130-pound regional champion. I appreciate your time, sir. God bless you. Good luck to you. Heal up and get ready for your next one.
For sure. I'm going to have to send you my address so you can send me one of those shirts. I like that.
Absolutely.
But nice seeing you, Drew, and like nice being on
Nice
the show.
seeing you.
And
yeah,
feel free to hit me up
absolutely.
anytime.
If you hang on,
All right.
second after
Will do.
the live stream, and we'll all say our goodbyes. Okay. Just hang on.
All right.
1 second.
That was good.
Have a good night. This is T-Bone saying T-Bone out. We're ending.